welcome to the MTV studio. Here with my friend, Dr. Alex Saw. Great to see you. Fremont, California.
Great to see you, Jay.
Thanks for sitting with us here.
Of course.
So introduce yourself to the audience that doesn't know what you do, and then we'll kind of dive right in. We'll talk about this product here.
Sure. I'm a hip and knee replacement surgeon in Fremont, California, focusing on outpatient joint replacement, trying to minimize opioids and have people have a easier, smoother recovery after their total joints.
Fantastic. So part of that recovery process, there's a lot of things that can be done, right? Post-operatively or whatnot. Can you talk about like some of the things you've seen that are working that really you're leaning into, like helping that patient on their journey back?
Absolutely. There's been a huge push, Jay, towards non-opioid recovery, quicker recoveries, earlier mobilization. With outpatient joints, people are on their feet in a matter of a few hours. And so we're trying to control pain. We're trying to control inflammation. We're trying to control swelling. So we're trying to find various products and often multiple different things to try to give the patient the best overall experience.
And so one of those things, there's been a big buzz around here with recovery apparel. I've seen the socks that they branded. I love the branding. So tell me about your experience with this, like personally, and then like in your practice, like how has this journey been with this? Because it's pretty compelling technology.
Yeah, so Jay, it started for me really a few years ago where I heard of patients who were buying these products online, right? You can't turn on the TV or open a magazine without some sort of ad of some sort of brace or compressive wear of some kind. So I knew there was something to it, but there was really no consistency to it. So I came to a meeting and actually heard about some of the science of Reparel. I got some samples and you're pretty athletic, Jay. Every once in a while you get some sore joints, right? Sore ankle, sore knee.
Yeah.
So I got some samples and I tried them on myself. And when I tried them on myself, it actually worked. This bioactive garment really did give me pain relief. It made me seem to feel better. So I thought maybe this would have an application in my post-operative patients. So thinking about my patient population who are trying to take on so many things for their surgery, if I could make one thing simpler and say, hey, here's something that's been tried and true. Here's something that's recommended by other colleagues and myself. It seems to work. It just makes it simpler for patients to gravitate towards something that, again, has some history behind it.
Yeah.
So what we found for our patients is when we combine this with the typical icing and elevating or other, medications, this garment has really helped reduce inflammation, helped reduce pain while these patients are recovering from their hip or knee replacement surgeries.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it makes sense, but this is challenging compression. This is not just a compression sleeve. Right. So talk a little bit more about like specifically what we're dealing with here.
That is true, Jay. There is some science behind it. So this is just not another neoprene compression sleeve or something you get at the local pharmacy or the local sporting goods store. There's some actual science and technology behind this, where this bioactive garment does have some anti-inflammatory properties to really help enhance that inflammation control. So swelling, pain relief seems, at least in our clinical experience, to be better with our patients. It's been really easy to adopt in the clinic, so really seamless. The company has been easy to work with. They work with you to figure out how to distribute and how to get it to patients. It, again, just makes things easier for these patients who are undergoing a lot of stresses during elective surgery. So to have peace of mind to know that this will work, it's at home for them, it's easy, it's been a no-brainer for us.
It does seem like a no-brainer. It seems like something that, like, do you talk to your colleagues when you're talking to other surgeons out there? I'm sure this is just like, that is an easy button for you all, right?
It really is. Why not add it on, right? It's not going to lead to any kind of problems. There's really no complications or contraindications to it. And anything we can do to amplify our patient satisfaction or a smoother recovery, why not add it on? So no matter what your current protocol is, there's a role for something like Reparel in that protocol.
And there's also something about, I think, the patient, like physically putting something on, taking an active part in their recovery. Have you learned anything in communicating with your patients, like post-operatively about this?
Absolutely. If you turn on the television and watch a professional sport, basketball, football, how many of them are wearing some sort of garment, right, on one arm or one leg? We're all used to it. We see it on the TV all the time. I think patients understand how this truly can help them with their joint, because really surgery is almost like an athletic event, right? They need to recover. They need to prepare for it. They need to do the rehab afterwards. So I think for them, this makes it something that's really something they're familiar with. So 100%. I think patients are looking for this, and it's nice to provide them a reliable resource.
That's fantastic. Where can people go to find more? There's a website, social media. Where do you share? Like, do you have things in your practice?
Probably on your QR code, Jay,
Yeah,
or
it's
it's
probably
somewhere.
going to be right
Yeah,
there.
it's right here. But yes, you can go to their website and look at what their offerings are. They have them for all different joints. I do hip and knee surgery, but they have it for elbows and ankles and upper extremity as well. And usually if you work through your provider, you can get it probably a little bit faster and probably with some discounted pricing. So usually working with the provider is even better.
So I'm sure there's a lot of products that come out, and as you know, doctors are typically going to be skeptical about anything new, right, or anything different. What are your thoughts on, like, I mean, they've probably seen a lot of things. This is clinically got a lot of data behind that. And so what would you share to your peers that are watching this?
Sure. First, as I said earlier, you got to try it. If you try yourself, it'll sort of explain how well it can work. So I definitely recommend surgeons to try it themselves. But secondly, the company really has done a lot of investigative work, clinical studies, and other data to show its benefits. I think when you compare this to traditional compression, traditional stockings, those traditional garments really just don't work well. They either are too tight, they have a tourniquet effect, or patients just won't wear them because they're not comfortable, so they're not compliant with it. So if patients are going to wear it anyway, what's the use, right?
Good point.
So if you have something that's comfortable, easier to use, higher patient satisfaction, and it's effective, that's really what we all want to see. So I think that's where Reparel can really step in for some of these groups where they don't have a great offering.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And it's got data behind it, which is most surgeons that I've worked with and talked to over the years, it's like they need that has to be there.
They're always asking for data, and more data is being collected, especially in our space, in the hip replacement and knee replacement space that is currently underway. So more data will come. I think people just have to try it so that they'll use it.
One thing I wanted to share, we talked about this before we started rolling. You put these on, you tried them.
Sure.
And what was that like? You said, like, you explain that a little bit more.
It actually felt pretty good. Again, I had a sports injury, and so I called up Joe and I said, Joe, I need some help. So he got me some samples, and that was the best case for me to try it and experience it. I've done that with other technologies. Why put my patients through things that I wouldn't try myself? So I do that with other things I offer them as well. But that way you have an understanding of what they're going to go through using it and how well it can work, how it's tolerated, etc.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing this. Like, I kind of want to like demo this. Like, what this is the leg sleeve here?
Yeah, let's put it on.
Let's try this on. See what we can do here. Get a quick shot here. Over the pant.
That's right. They need to make a beanie, Jay, so you have one to keep your
wear
hand
that.
warm.
This thing is awesome.
Is that in the works?
Very nice. Is this the proper way to do this?
That is perfect.
You might just say it's easy to put on.
Yeah, that was easy to put on.
More against the skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
It works.
To actually work.
Yeah. This is one of the things my kids wear, the one leg sleeve, you know, it looks cool too.
That's right.
It feels good.
It's comfortable.
All right,
it's
I'm
warm,
ready to.
It's easy.
I might just wear this the rest of the day.
Who would have thought you'd be a leg model?
I didn't expect to do that, but no, this is cool. Well, thanks for sitting and us talking about this great
Anytime.
product.
My pleasure, Jay. Thanks so
Cheers.
much.
Yes, sir.